One of the biggest token pre-sales is live right now. Price goes up in every single round, stage by stage. Next price up is going to be in about 10 hours from now. And it's all about the Unich exchange, which is one of the leading on-chain over-the-counter trading platforms on the market, boasting over $1 billion plus in total trading volume, over 20 mil in revenue, trusted by 5 million users worldwide. Also available as an app on both the Google Play Store as well as the App Store over here, with over 4 stars in rating on average. And when it comes to pre-sales and IDOs, we have seen some of the biggest gains in tokens ever just on those alone. If we remember back to 2015 over here, ETH used to be in an IDO, I think at like 70 cents in the very first stage, and that turned out pretty well. We've seen things like Hyperliquid and Aster perform insanely well with like a 20x right after launch. And with them being supported by pretty much the biggest players in the industry, as well as having over $1 billion in trading volume alone, being licensed in Lithuania, also having their own smart contract audited by SoftStack over here, which you can read about in detail as there's quite a lot to it. This is something that more and more people are going to know about fairly soon. Now, when it comes to the token itself, as they don't have one right now, but that is in the pre-sale at the moment, that is going to have a couple different utilities. Obviously, there will be reduced fees, so you can save on trading fees and withdrawals just by holding the token alone. We'll also see that 30% of all their quarterly profits are going to be used to buy and burn the token until the supply is halved, while also giving us early access to upcoming products, features, and innovative tools. For the tokenomics, there will be 1 billion tokens in total supply, and when they're using quarterly earnings to buy back and burn the token, that means half of that is going to be burnt. Now, if we simply check the top 10, top 20 coins in crypto, we've seen things like Hyperliquid peak at a market cap of almost $16 billion alone. That means even if all tokens will be in supply, even though half are going to be burned and there will be some vesting behind it for the different stages and categories of the tokens being sold, even if this just goes to the same all-time high of Hyperliquid, this would be $16 per token, which right now can be bought at 16 cents per token. So that alone would be about a 100x. Now, if half of the tokens get bought and burned, that'll be a 200x if we go to the same price as Hyperliquid. And even if we only go to like a 500 million market cap, with half the tokens being bought and burned, and some being locked for vesting, that's still like a 10 to 15x alone, just at the current stage. It's going to be based on Solana. Plan is to have the listing on some of the best centralized and decentralized exchanges. Not gonna give away which ones, as it seems, but, you know, supported by, we see the names over here. We see Coinbase, Bybit, OKX, BitChat. There are quite a few. Now in the tokenomics, 80% of all the tokens are for the community and the ecosystem, in which 20% will be unlocked after 3 months, and the remaining 80% vested on a linear basis over 4 months. 10% will be initially unlocked for the ecosystem growth, and the remainder vested on a linear basis for 3 years. We get 15% for the core contributors, which do have a 12-month cliff, so there will be no token unlocks or sells for the next year. Same for the tokens for investors and advisors. And then both are going to be listed linearly for the next 3 years. So most of the tokens are going to be locked up, which means the initial supply is about 160, 170 million tokens, give or take. Now at this stage, they sit at over 5 million members, and they're going to use a fairly big amount of the entire supply for an upcoming project called Freedom, which is the Freedom coin. Also, what I've seen on their X is that can be farmed at the moment, as those Freedom points can be accumulated on their site. Speaking of which, for the site itself, if you can go to unich.com, you also see what is available for trading, what can be used. As in this case, their total volume is not just at 1.3 billion, but it's also designed for trading emerging tokens before their official market debut. So it allows people to set quotes and execute trades at agreed upon prices before they get listed anywhere else. For which there are the pre-market OTC, the point market OTC, as well as the pre-order trading options, with a huge airdrop behind it, as you've seen in the tokenomics and how the token is going to be distributed, and which almost 7 million people joined. You've seen how Aster went, you've seen how Hyperliquid went, might be something as well. Now for the token, there's also going to be staking, which will earn you 20 to 30% in annual yield, which is insane, as well as additional government's voting rights for the amount of tokens that you hold. They also got their own wallet behind it. They got a pre-market for total volume of over $98 million and a pre-order volume of basically 1.2 billion at this stage, while also being partnered with quite a few different projects, 30 plus trusted innovators in the space. Now, in order to buy the token, we simply have to select the Connect Wallet button in the top right corner or over here. 2 options available. There's Solana, as the token itself is going to be on Solana. So we get Phantom, Soulflare, Backpack, you know, the usual ones when it comes to Solana, as well as EVM, our ETH virtual machine based wallets. I mean, there is Solana, MetaMask as well, right? A couple other of the wallets. In my case, I simply use MetaMask for everything. Make sure to sign in. Once you're connected, don't forget to sign the request, and then you are on the stage. There are a few different networks available, Solana, ETH, as well as BNB, and on there, different tokens, stablecoins, USDC and USDT, as well as the native token. So Solana on Sol, as well as ETH on ETH, and then also BNB on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's say you would have one BNB in order to purchase some tokens. You would get over 5,000 tokens in here. If you were to put in 500 USDT, that would grant you 3,019 tokens at the moment. But again, that price is going to go up stage by stage, and it's only going to increase and get more expensive from here. Now, it often happens for different projects in crypto that they simply launch a token and then they want to build something on top of that. But in this case, they have over $1 billion as an over-the-counter exchange in trading volume. They are trusted by, I think at this stage, over 7 million people, as you've seen on the signups for their airdrop campaign. And they got a working product, which is rare in crypto. There's even tap to earn if you want to click this button over here, which is an option. Now here's the thing. It is hard to say exactly how high the token price is going to go after launch. Now based on what we've seen with the quality so far, it is probably going to go above the current stage. And if it goes to a similar valuation like Hyperliquid, a single token might be at like $10 to $20 in the near future. Obviously, everything in crypto is somewhat risky. I will simply leave links down below so you can check it out yourself. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care.